Today you're going to learn how to set the bar back in the rack at the end of the overhead press and how to avoid the common mistakes many lifters make when they finish their sets. My name is Zohar Yermiyahu. I'm a starting strength coach in Israel and head coach at Be Stronger Online Coaching. Like we've discussed at length in the squat, you need to finish the last rep correctly and step forward until the bar touches the uprights, and then squat the bar down to the hooks. The key thing to remember when racking the press is that the bar should never go in front of the elbows on the way to the rack. The elbows should always stay in front of the bar. This is because once the bar passes the elbows, then you get into a mechanically disadvantageous position, which at heavier weights, if the bar starts to go down, you won't be able to reverse curl it back up, and it will continue to go down regardless of your efforts. The point is that the bar still is under your complete control until the moment it sets on the hooks safely, and you should not let it gain momentum that will make you panic on the way to the rack. You should maintain the correct position on the way back to the rack in the same way you did in the middle of the set. Remember what we said in the squat. The bar is completely on your back, or in your hands rather, until it's not. Some lifters like to set the bar on the shoulders after finishing a set of press, going back to the rack, where they drop the bar into the rack position of the clean. This is a legitimate way to do that, since the bar stays under control on the way back to the rack, but you also can just hold it securely in your hands in the rack position of the press and step forward onto the rack. Let's go over some more common mistakes to avoid when racking the press. Don't aim the bar right into the hooks. You might miss it eventually. The uprights, on the other hand, you can't miss. Just step forward until you hit the uprights with the bar, and then you are guaranteed to be above the hooks. Don't lose contact with the uprights when you squat the bar down to the hooks. Instead, squat down while the bar slides down on the uprights onto the hooks. Don't turn your neck sideways looking for the uprights or the hooks. Just look straight ahead and step forward without turning your neck at all. Don't drop the bar hard on the hooks or let go of the grip without making sure the bar sits securely on the hooks. Only then you can let go of your grip and tight body position. Don't bend your knees on the way to the rack before touching the uprights. If you start to bend your knees as you approach the uprights, you might hit the hook itself from the side or even go under the hooks. So, step forward to the uprights when you're nice and tall. And last but definitely not least, a major common mistake when racking the bar after a set of overhead press is to start to step forward to the rack when the last rep is still on the way down. People sometimes want to be done with a heavy set so badly that they lower the last rep right onto the rack instead of controlling it on the way down correctly and then going back to the rack. So make sure you finish your last rep of the set properly before starting to go back to the rack. You should theoretically be able to freeze completely in every moment during the way back to the rack and still be in full control of the bar. Note that implementing these corrections for those common mistakes is important even at lighter weights. With light weights, I could hypothetically get away with bad form when I rack the bar, but that's a bad habit that every time I do it, I further ingrain it into my motor pathways, and I'll be suffering from it later on. We want to develop correct habits early on, like professionals. So make sure you do the things correctly from the very beginning. If you're just starting out and want to improve your form under the bar, or if you're ready for the next level in your training, go ahead and check out the Be Stronger website. Thanks for watching.